All right, we are back. After a little tasty flowfish sashimi for the party, they continue on. Apparently, you're going through quite a bit of flowfish because the next day there is yet another school.
We catch more flowfish.
Yeah, you make some more sashimi. All right. Finally, on the 10th day out, you come across a flow beacon, and Nogrush indicates that this is a good point to. Why is this not closing for me?
What's a flow beacon?
A flow beacon, you saw one earlier on the first adventure. It's kind of an oblong shaped object that they're fairly mysterious. They're ancient.
The landmark.
But yeah, they're used as landmarks. No one really knows who made them or what they represent, but they have like slow flashing lights on them. And they're stable within the flow as far as anyone can tell. So they get used as landmarks. This flow beacon, Nogrish tells you, is a good opportunity to turn off into the deep phlogiston and
Go in a straight line.
yeah, and make your way towards where his chart shows the wreckage to be. He takes a bit of time to do some sighting with a sextant on the various flow rivers and everything like that to line up a trajectory. And
I really hope he's been succeeding at these.
Silly question, but
Yep.
does no direction work in space? Would it have any impact?
I believe it does.
Because
Okay,
if we
yeah,
ever
but-
get lost, it might be good to know what ways north at the very least. We'd have one of the cardinal directions down.
Oh,
We'd have two.
Lever,
Oh, we'd have all.
Lafdul. Do either of you have a spell for finding things?
What do you
Finding things
mean? No,
like
that's
what?
high-level divination.
Locate
fourth
object
level.
you're talking about?
Yeah.
You have to know. You have to have seen the object before. Or something
Oh,
like
locate
that.
object, third level, yeah. I
Nope.
do not have access to it.
Okay.
Not yet.
Do we know what sort of spelljamming ship we're looking for? Braxon says to Higgimus, I think we should put extra lookouts because we don't want to go past the ship and miss it.
Right.
Well, it's also in the vicinity of a rogue planetoid.
Right.
So we have a marker for when we.
An extra spherical planet, celestial body. Interesting.
Okay. So after getting some sighting, he directs the current helmsman. It doesn't really matter who it is. It's Nor. I'll say that. And he directs Nor onto the direction to take. And you guys head out into the deep phlogiston. It's a little bit different. You can feel that the ship is not moving the way that you're used to now. It's a fairly subtle feeling, but in the flow rivers, you can feel the flow kind of take the ship along, even though it is also moving at spelljamming speed. Out in the deep phlogiston, there are more like minor eddies and stuff like that. The ship moves, gets a little bit more rocking and stuff like that. Zakad, you're asking me a question about taking a different spell. I don't believe you can use Dust Devil in the Phlogiston.
Oh, really?
It's Conjuration Summoning, correct?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You're completely cut off from the planes.
Fair enough.
Yeah, there are minor eddies. and it just
Oh,
doesn't feel like you're moving quite the same way. But otherwise, it's you know, it's more of just a different sensation than anything else. So,
A naive question.
Yeah.
When in such a river, does it go both ways, or would we need to find another one on the way back?
they can be traveled both ways, but they do tend to have a flow. Some of them have a flow that is such that you can't go back one way.
Okay.
Most of them you can. It's just that one is slower than the other. Sometimes there are actual ones that are like two side-by-side rivers going in opposite directions. Basically, any kind of configuration that you can think of exists out there.
Okay. Thank you.
But most of the time, you can just go against the flow kind of thing, and it just takes longer.
When we're in the Phlogiston, especially this slow bit or different bit, can we throw a rope over the back to work out how many knots the ship is doing?
Not really, because while it is inside your air envelope, it moves at a different rate than it would outside of the air envelope. And
Right.
You probably can't get enough rope to get a good measure of the speed outside of the air envelope. I mean, you're going at spelljamming speed.
Yeah.
At the very least. I mean, in the flow rivers, you're going at spelljamming speed plus added velocity of the river. But out in this part of the Phlogiston, you may be moving faster, you may be moving slower than normal spelljamming speed. It's really hard to tell.
Right.
Because distance is very tough to identify.
can you do it with knots and rope?
Well, that's what he was
Yeah,
asking.
that's what I said.
But
No, sorry.
That's what you do on a seafaring ship, but basically,
That's what I can
we're
do.
going to need a rope that's more in the range of 1,000,000 miles long.
yeah, you would need an extremely long rope. All right, in the Deep Phlogiston, it's fairly uneventful, and you're traveling there for about 8 days when Lookout does spot a rogue planetoid in the distance. Right now, it's barely more than a speck.
Oh, how many days has it been since?
8 more days.
Another 8 days before we found that? Okay.
Yeah, this is 8 days from the flow beacon.
Yeah, big.
All right, so
I'm keeping track the total number of days for.
Okay, yeah. Anyone want to do anything now that you can kind of see it?
Yell down to Nogrish about the planetoid being spot.
All right, he comes up on deck. Let me actually double check to see which shift it is. Well, no, we'll say it's your shift, since you're the one doing that. It's fine. So that is first shift. All right.
It's been 28 days, by the way. One more day and crew pay has to go out.
You're about to ask something, Braxon?
I was going to say we should tell the crew to be alert for scavengers and stuff, seeing as we're near a planetoid.
Good call.
All right. As you're closing in, it appears to be kind of ovoid in shape, ovaloid. It's fairly flat. Looks like from this distance, it's a little bit hard to see anything more other than its shape. But if it were a small pebble, you would think it would be a good, skipping stone, assuming that it's fairly smooth. So that's for the general shape.
Okay.
So is the ship supposed to be near this, or did the ship crash onto it?
It's supposed to be near it.
Yeah, Nogrish confirms that, according to his chart and the sightings that he's taken, this is the destination, and the wreckage should just be somewhere nearby.
Okay. I ask him what type of wreckage it should look like. He identify marks.
He says to you, I don't really know. The information that I have here indicates that it is an ancient Harwadi ship, but there really aren't any current records on what our ships used to look like. We don't build any of our own these days. And it is very, very old. It would be very, very old, so it may not be visible as anything more than debris.
Okay. I will use my spyglass and look around.
Okay. Looking at the planetoid up ahead, you can definitely tell that it is covered in some sort of plant life. At least that's what it looks like. You can see some greenery on it. It's a little bit hard to tell, you know, like you can't really tell what size it is right now, so it's hard to say whether you're looking at thick forests or bushes or even just moss and lichens from this distance.
Gotcha.
Whatever sort of life there is on that planetoid, it's something that doesn't need light. Or not sunlight. Not sunlight, not a day in light cycle.
Yeah, but, I mean, it's bright in the phlogiston.
Yeah.
The thing is most plants actually need the day-night cycle. Constant daylight is actually not good for them.
Well, something that evolved in the phlogiston wouldn't.
Yeah.
It'd
I
be
just
like
meant-
those fish that live really deep in the dark parts of the ocean that have their own like bioluminescence.
Yeah. I just meant expect the unexpected.
Yeah.
All right.
Braxon says to Norgrush, if this ship is fairly intact, you say it's an ancient Harwadi design and you're not sure what the design is. Is it worth us trying to make a plan of it?
Or tow it back, maybe, if we can.
Yeah, or
If
tow it
it's
back. Would
gonna
that
fall
be
apart.
worth something to your people?
It may very well be. I mean, we'll have to find out what it looks like when we get there.
Well, I know a bit about shipbuilding, so maybe we could sort of repair it if it's of historical interest.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to really say without being able to see the wreckage itself, however.
Yeah. You guys think I should call for general quarters to have the crew out?
You think at a guess, you're still a few hours away from the
Okay.
planetoid.
When we get closer, I'll call general quarters.
Okay.
Do we need to get that close to the planetoid if we're just looking for a ship in the vicinity?
Well, I mean, you're not at the planetoid yet. You don't know if the wreckage is beyond it or what direction it is. Nogrish has an idea, but he's going to need to get to the thing and then try and take a sighting from it.
Yeah. I mean, we could go into orbit rather than get close enough to be eaten by it.
Well, yeah, no, I mean, that's fine. I mean, you know,
Be eaten by.
I'm not going to assume that you're going to land on it without you telling me that you're going to land on it. So the assumption would be that you're going to get close enough to be out of
Be eaten.
assumed danger range.
Yeah.
So it takes a few hours to get close, and as you do close in, you can see that the planetoid is a fair bit larger than Brawl. And it does appear to be covered in kind of scrub forests, low kind of twisted trees. So you're pretty sure that the trees would not be good for any kind of carpentry. But they
What
do
about
tend...
the possible air in there?
Well, it's covered in plants, but whether the plants produce normal air or whether they produce foul air, you don't know without getting closer and doing some tests. But
I'd rather not test it.
the plants do appear to be flowering, and they have a variety of brightly colored flowers sprouting from them.
Let's not try to get into its air envelope.
No,
I'm
that's
thinking, Yeldan's like, I don't trust brightly colored flowers.
You know what?
Why not?
What might
A lot of brightly colored flowers in the forest are generally a trap of some kind for bugs.
The
So, yeah,
rules
just keep
might
it-
be reversed in space.
Who knows?
You know
Who knows?
what might be worth having is some birds, which we don't have with us this time.
Canaries.
Yeah, so we release a canary. It flies to the planet. If it
Canary
dies, we know the air's foul.
So in other words, you want a canary in a space mine.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
So you're not terribly close to it, like not terribly close to contact with the air envelope, but kind of in orbit around it as Nogrish is beginning to study his chart and take some sightings to give you a new heading. When the lookout shouts out that there are some figures coming towards you.
General quarters, and I'll shoot my spyglass over to the general direction.
Okay. Higgimus, you can see that it takes a few minutes to really spot it. You're looking in the direction that the lookout is pointing. But you can see what looks like a small humanoid figure surrounded by a rainbow globe, and it's kind of bobbing towards you. And after a moment, you see behind it, kind of swimming through the phlogiston, a heavily muscled, four-armed humanoid.
What the hell is that? And
Maybe
I'll pass,
hand it.
I'll pass the thing, my spyglass off to Braxon. What the hell is that?
It looks
Maybe-
like two creatures swimming through the phlogiston. Can
Hand it over.
Braxon make an intelligence check, see if he knows what that is?
You can make an intelligence check with a pretty severe penalty, but go ahead.
I was gonna ask if you could give it to Nogrish. He might know what it is.
Nope. You're not sure what they are.
Yeah.
I suggest maybe Nogrish knows.
Do you know what
Yeah,
these things are, Nogrish? I'll pass him the thing.
He takes the spyglass and looks, and he does not. He says, I am not terribly familiar with phlogiston life forms. I'm much more familiar with, well, at
Fair
least
enough.
not the rare ones. I've never encountered these creatures before.
I haven't either.
Alright.
So
I'll have my bow out then.
you said.
Oh, by the way, I took all.
Hold on. All right, you Higgimus, what?
You said they're humanoid looking.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, definitely general quarters. Get everybody ready, armed, and Braxton, can you see if you can like signal them somehow?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
No one's got signaling, do we?
Braxon's got signaling.
Yeah, Braxton
Oh.
does.
Okay, so Braxton's going to make an attempt to communicate with them, flashing his lantern.
Okay. You flash your lantern, but
That's probably not a very good attempt.
no, actually, that's a very good attempt. Lower is better.
Okay.
It's saving for us at higher better.
Unfortunately, these are two figures who are, as far as you could tell, not really holding anything. So
Yeah.
you don't get any
So
response back. They are coming. The one in the lead is definitely coming towards your ship. It's
Noticed.
on a straight
Alright.
line coming towards your ship.
I guess prepare to receive them.
Can Can we get them to wave?
Are you just waving at it? I mean, what
Just
how would you get someone from far away to wave at you? I don't know.
If they can
Oh,
understand
no.
the signals he's sending.
yeah, I'm trying to get him. I'm trying to signal them to do something that indicates that they are intelligent and not just mindless.
Signaling's like one-word things.
Yeah.
You can signal fairly long, complex messages. I mean, it's like, you've got
The thing is they also have to understand what you're signaling.
and they have to be able to signal back.
Yeah. Wave if you're friendly.
All right, so you guys are just kind of gonna wait and be ready.
Yeah, my bow is out and an arrow sitting in the thing. By the way, I'm using my first quiver and I put away all the fire arrows that were in it before we entered the Floodstone.
Okay.
See if we get killed.
Yeah,
we'll
we'll get
my bow ready.
We'll get the crew to archers to have their arrows ready as well. Yep. And I suppose Braxon are using.
Okay.
arrow for once.
Is someone still watching it with the spyglass?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. As it gets closer, you can see that it's kind of a stout figure, the one in the front, and it's sitting in a cross-legged position with its arms over its chest as it's kind of bobbing and weaving towards you. And you can clearly see that it's wounded.
I hope it's not Genie.
It's
Is
got what looks like claw marks on it.
Is the thing following it?
Yes, the other thing
Chasing-
is definitely following it.
Is it looks like
Higgimus,
it's
do you think-
chasing it?
Could be.
Okay, so I'll yell over to Lafdul. I was like, this thing is coming towards us. Looks like it's wounded, and looks like the other thing might be chasing it.
Looks like we got to take a side.
Well, no. I'd rather reserve our healing spells for us, but
We'll see. We'll see what
see
happens
what
when
its
it gets to you.
intentions are.
Yeah.
We can't.
Okay. As it breaches your air envelope, you hear kind of a high-pitched plaintive wail, and it just kind of shouts out, "Help me!" And it's just making a beeline directly for the crew on deck.
Okay.
Come over here. What's chasing you?
It has eaten all of my friends. Help me! And it kind
What
of
is
like
it?
gets behind you as the other creature breaches your air envelope and is swimming on the waves of the phlogiston towards your ship.
Combat
What does
time.
the other creature look like?
So the other creature is now you can all clearly see it. It's extremely muscular. It's about, you'd say, 7 feet tall, give or take. It has 4 arms and a very, very broad mouth filled with sharp teeth.
And it's not
Bloody?
talking.
Braxon shouts out.
It
Braxon shouts out,
roars as
"Stay."
soon as it enters the air envelope.
Mhm.
And if anyone wants to, it's clearly saying something.
I try and
Lava.
understand it. What language is it speaking?
Give me a modern language proficiency check.
Is that actually a proficiency in
Yep.
modern language?
Yep, every single language is every single like currently spoken language is actually the modern language's proficiency.
She doesn't
Shouts
have
out,
that.
"Up."
Yeah, I
no.
didn't actually.
You do.
I didn't actually
okay.
see that in the
let
West.
me get
She's
the
the most proficient. So just, 'cause she got
I'll get the
some
number you
language,
need.
It probably won't make a difference.
every
it's
language
just-
you know is technically the modern language's proficiency.
Okay, so
unless it's
Braxon
an
shouts to
ancient
the
language.
creature.
So I just roll a d20.
Yeah, intelligence. It's basically intelligence unmodified.
Oh, okay.
Okay, it's difficult to make out, but the roar you think is... it's really tough to make out, but you think it's common. kind of corrupted in some way. But the roar, you think it says it's calling out meat.
Oh, I tell the others it's as I understand it, it's calling out meat, so it looks hungry, and I think it's more aggressive than the one that hid behind whom? Behind Higgimus?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. As
So,
soon as I
Brax-
get that confirmation, I'm gonna shoot it.
Yes.
All
Okay.
right, let me get you guys over to your.
Well, he's already shot. There's
And
nothing I can
and
do.
it seems to have a lot more teeth than the first one.
Doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, that actually does not mean anything. There's a friendly freaking beholder for so.
All right, so let me go
Sloppy.
ahead and get the turn order. Yeldan is going to shoot first before the turn order. What are you using?
Sarah Farrow.
All right, go ahead and make your attack roll.
Thaco 14.
Okay, it goes wide. Go ahead and everyone give me yep, roll for initiative.
So that's one Seraph Arrowhead, no hits.
I rolled, but I hadn't selected my token.
You can select your token and then put the roll in.
Yeah.
I'll try not to alarm people when I do this.
Uh-oh.
Should be quite interesting. I was just curious to know if people realise. So
Trying to scroll.
Oh,
Okay.
that's a better roll.
The token.
I
let's
haven't
be
got my
honest.
token up.
Higgimus, you were
this
asking me
guy
something?
Still,
Hold on,
is this
Higgimus
guy-
was asking me something.
When I see Yeldan just shoot off the area, I yell for the rest of our crew to shoot as
Okay.
well.
Oops.
All right, that's pretty fast. All right, I got. All right.
Okay,
Yes,
so
yeah,
Roll
it's
20
like-
seems to be rather slow for me, just letting you know.
okay, so before I roll initiative, this guy's coming at us from a distance, right?
Yeah, but he's coming pretty fast. He's going to get on deck with his turn.
Okay, I think I will go with crossbow this turn and then switch to longsword next turn.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I'm probably only gonna get one more shot off. So
All right, so the crew...
Braxon told him to hold off, so
How bright is it actually?
Yeah.
It's pretty bright.
Are we talking like extremely bright?
No, it's not quite, bright midday sun, but it's daylight-ish. Maybe not quite.
So-
We can get
daylight,
brighter, basically.
but it could get brighter.
I think he's asking for fairy fire effectiveness.
Is that what you're asking?
Maybe. Yeah.
Then it's not darkness.
Yeah, it doesn't make a difference. It's just easier to strike.
Right. So it would just be the
Oh,
+1.
+2 in darkness, yeah, +1
Yeah.
in twilight and normal.
Okay, everyone rolled.
Yep.
mhm.
Okay. Leva, you are doing what?
Magic missiles.
Okay, let me go ahead and roll to see if you get a fireball instead.
Fireball
That would just
centered
be-
on self.
I've been hoping for this for a while.
Does
I
a
mean,
fireball? How does a fireball work? Does it
Every time we
explode?
say pickle, you think of fireballs, right?
I think of burning them, certainly. All right, one magic missile flies out of your fingers and strikes
Just
at the
one?
creature. Just one.
Yep.
Bugger. That's still pretty good damage for magic missile.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just damage.
Alright,
did he
so,
just roll for magic resist?
A single missile flies out of your fingers and strikes the creature.
Mm-hmm.
Dealing 4 points of damage. Alright. Okay, Lafdul.
Shooting them and green light. Very far.
Okay.
It.
Everyone will get a +1 bonus to hit.
Alright.
Yeldan?
Such a useful spell.
I think that's a hit. That's well and above my...
Alright. Sheaf arrows again?
Yep, it's 1d8.
Yeah.
Okay. The arrow slides along its flesh and flies off into the phlogiston.
It doesn't stick in him though, so I won't record that as a hit.
Okay, the crew are going to fire their arrows. And they miss badly.
Aw. Did
For
our
what reasons?
ballista miss too?
Oh, you know what? I actually...
Forgot about the ballista.
Yeah, I did forget about that.
Usually pretty slow anyway.
Yeah, that's gonna be pretty slow.
The thing is, it should already be loaded, so he should be able to get one shot off.
Yeah, but it would be pretty slow, and it would be too slow. The guy, it's gonna be in melee range before the ballistic can fire anyway. So
Okay.
I'll just remember to put him in next time. All right.
It just means the ballista won't get shot.
The creature is coming towards you, Higgimus, and it is going to claw at you with its four arms.
Who's bigger?
Higgimus.
Oh, it's 9 foot feet, 7 feet, isn't it? Yeah.
It's not a large creature, right?
It is a large creature.
Oh, okay. I don't think it should have has a different damage for large though.
No, I don't think arrows do. All right. Unfortunately for it, it's not able to penetrate your armor. Perhaps it's a little bit off its game.
It's a rainbow-colored shield. That's what's doing it.
Clearly,
Don't-
yeah.
Doesn't he have full plate armor too from that other gift that we
full
killed?
plate.
Normal.
Oh, it wasn't full plate. It was like field plate or something.
Man, roll 20 is just really slow for me.
Oh, I had issues a couple days back with my other game, so yeah, I'm not surprised.
That'd be the
Roll
net
20's
neutrality.
been half.
Let me actually. I'll wait until later. As long as it doesn't impede too much. All right, Nogrosh is going to fire off a javelin, but he misses. All right, Ockar.
Okay, I hope Zacho is 17 with the crossbow. I never really used it before, so this will be the first time I ever fire it.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, it's.
All right, your bolt goes flying off into the phlogiston. You were not expecting this thing to get in as fast as it did.
Okay.
All right, Higgimus.
Oh, goodness. I'm kind of surprised it's so close, and I'd shoot off my gun.
Can we shoot off a gun?
Oh, this will be fun.
What happened?
It's the phlogiston.
Yep.
Don't shoot the
It's
gun!
gonna
Don't
be
shoot
fun.
the gun!
Too
Don't
late.
shoot
He's
the
done
gun!
the
Too
gun.
late.
Too late. He's done it. He's done it.
He hasn't rolled the dice yet.
Yeah, but
No, he's too late.
he already made the decision. That's what he rolled for.
We're all gonna die.
Well, he's gonna die.
I need
It's
to.
kind of like a
find-
massive morale check for like crew realizes our captain doesn't know about the.
No, Higgimus realizes, but he panicked a little bit with this thing moving so fast.
Impulsive.
Yeah. I'm role-playing his wisdom score out right now.
Okay.
You could have rolled a wisdom check to see if you'd actually do it first.
Okay. What are the misfire rules for your weapon?
Misfire.
Blows up,
All
I
right.
assume.
So we got to roll. Misfire. Yeah, roll
I think you told me
2d6.
2d6. Yeah.
All right.
He's got the ring of fire resist as well, don't forget.
Yeah, but how big is it? Oh, I guess it's a rather small spark, so
Yeah, but it'll encompass him at the very least.
him
Let's
and
roll.
the creature.
Hold on, guys.
Yeah.
What'd you
Roll
roll?
the 2d6.
Oh, you want me to roll it?
Yeah,
Okay.
you can roll it.
So, how bad is this gonna be?
Well, we'll see.
So a
I
6.
think it was 1 to 2 misfire.
But,
2 to 3
hold on. I got it right here. Fouled barrel. 30 minutes clean before use.
Okay. So you point your pistol at the creature as it's closing in, panicking slightly, and pull the trigger while a couple other people suddenly start yelling out, "Oh God, don't do it!" or something along those lines.
Everyone's ducking to the deck.
And you pull the trigger, and there's an explosion. It's not a very big explosion, but you take. Let's see. You take 2 points of damage as the phlogiston around your gun bursts into about a 4-inch ball of fire very briefly,
I take less
singeing
from...
your hand, and you drop the gun to the ground.
Do I take less because I have that ring?
That's with the ring.
Okay.
So yes, you took 2 points of damage. It was not large enough to affect the creature either.
Could have been worse.
It could have been. All right, Braxon.
Okay, Braxton's gonna fire his first arrow. Don't know whether I have a chance to fire another one.
Nice.
All right.
Is that a miss or a hit?
Go ahead and roll
Okay.
damage.
Yeah, so that's just a d6.
Okay. Your arrow slides across its flesh and goes off into the phlogiston.
Mm-hmm.
Yeldan and you then get second arrows if you want.
Yep.
Yep.
Since nobody else moved into melee, I'm gonna shoot a second arrow. 14. That's my THACO exactly.
Okay.
Is that a hit?
Roll for your damage.
8 damage this time.
Okay.
1 hit.
Once again, the arrow kind of slides across its flesh and goes off into the phlogiston.
Uh-oh.
I'm not sure if that'd be a hit.
My eyes
that-
suddenly
Magic
go wide.
weapon.
That goes off into the
Magic
phlogiston without even coming close to the creature, Braxon.
Okay.
My eyes realize what's going on after. I'm like, oh
It might not be.
All right,
You're
everyone,
assuming.
roll initiative again.
Is he near the deck now?
Yeah, he's
my
engaged
bow.
in melee with Higgimus now.
Okay, I'm gonna switch to my sword and shield and join in.
Wow.
Braxton's going to switch to Aegis Burden.
I'm switching to my swords, but I don't know if I'm gonna do anything.
Yeah, Lafdul's switching to short sword and dagger. Wow, you already had them. I'm using my dagger of ice and fire, but I'm going to invoke the ice.
Crawl! Sorry, 1 second.
I think that was a pet.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was chewing on something he wasn't supposed to.
Isn't that what
Pure
all
internet
cats do?
cable.
All right, Nogrish is gonna pull out his sword and move in to engage as well.
Ah. Oh well.
And Runthus is going to use his boarding pike.
He's got a 0. Oh,
I
sorry,
hadn't, I hadn't updated it. Everyone rolled?
Yep.
Mhm.
Alright. Alright, Leva.
Magic missile.
Okay. Okay, 3 missiles fly out of your fingers towards the creature.
You keep breaking up.
Sorry, say again.
3 missiles.
3.
Yes.
Nice.
Nice. Makes up for last time.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of magic missile damage.
Okay, your missiles strike it solidly in about its torso.
Nothing else? It's still alive?
It is still alive. It is
That one-
it is
okay,
still
affected it?
roaring.
So it had what? Nobody else struck it. Yeah, last time I did. So that was, let's see, 11 plus 4, 15 damage. It just soaked up.
My arrows seem to do absolutely no damage though.
Hold on, 1 second. I had a question for Old. Did those missiles seem to affect it?
It did roar in pain.
Okay.
All right, Ockar.
Okay then. So I'm running up to this thing and I'm going to attack it with my longsword.
All right.
Yeah, I don't think that hits.
Yeah, no, that is a
And
miss.
so it begins again.
One of its arms seems to deflect your blade before it can get close enough to really get a good strike.
What's this arm made out of? I wouldn't trust my arm to deflect a sword blade.
You could hit on the side of the blade.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Give me like 10 years of practice.
All right, Braxon.
Okay, so Braxton's going to have a go with Aegis Burden.
All right.
Let's have a go with this macro, see if it's any good. That macro doesn't work.
What?
It worked.
It works. It just
No, that macro doesn't work. Oh well. It was nice owning Aegis Burden. It's gonna go off into the phlogiston.
It skitters across the deck. Whether it went off into the phlogiston, you don't know yet.
Okay.
But you have effectively dropped your weapon, yes. All right, Lafdul.
And stabbing at it with his short sword and his magical dagger. He's invoking the cold effect.
Okay.
Nothing happens. Just
Well, it doesn't cause an explosion, if that's what you're asking.
yeah, that's good. He's a bit skeptical with this. And he's going to try and stab at it.
All right.
I'll just do my short sword first. No. My offhand. Do I roll at the end of the turn, don't I?
No,
not
when
with
you're
this
dual
is
wielding, you roll both at the same
Yeah.
time.
No. Just, I don't know, half asleep today.
All right. Unfortunately, this large creature is flailing around with its arms a lot, and it's difficult to get in close enough to get a good strike, and you're not able to land a blow on it. All right, Yeldan.
All right, I only have one sword out at the moment because that's how we do things here.
All right.
No, that's a miss.
Yep, that is a miss.
And I'm drawing my second sword out.
Okay, Higgimus.
I yell out. I raise my sword and yell out, Kaldor.
Okay. So you will get. Do you want to roll the hit points, or do you want me to?
It's 1d8, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll roll it. Woo.
All right, so you get 4 bonus hit points. By the way, Braxon, at some point during this whole trip, you would have been healed up, so you can.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Higgimus isn't quite at full either.
Good
On
enough
the
now.
health.
You would have been healed up as well, so you're at your.
Let's stick him
your
on so you can
maximum
take
plus-
him off again.
Yeah, so you're
You
at your
haven't been
maximum
here
plus
yet.
4. You can actually just put that 4 onto it, so...
Oh, I just have a piece of paper here.
Alright. That's up to you.
Unless you'd rather me do that.
It would be a little bit easier just to set yourself at 4 above your max.
Yeah.
Well, 2 above my max. I got hit.
Oh,
You
right.
just
because
put
of
a
the-
plus
right,
five,
right, because
you
of
can
the,
just
the
add
explosion,
plus
yeah.
4. You can
Yeah.
just add plus 4 to the number.
I'd actually completely
Alright.
forgotten the explosion.
Hmm.
Alright, the creature is going to attempt to strike at you again. And let me double check something.
If it's slashing, I have plus 3.
Yep.
I don't know why I say that to Old. He knows these things.
Is that your natural armor?
No,
No, he's
it's
wearing
plate.
plate armor. Okay. And it grabs you with 3 of the claws and just really rends your flesh here.
Oh no.
It's not crit, is it?
Probably.
Oh, I didn't ask for a saving throw versus death, so
9
yeah.
points of damage, and
Ouch.
you're effectively grappled.
Really?
It's not letting go. In fact, since it does have you grappled, it comes in with its mouth and attempts to bite your, I guess your nose, since that's what would be closest.
Bit of Giff nose.
But you're able to prevent him from getting a solid hit on you with his
Yeah.
teeth.
use your head to snap his mouth shut.
Oh, since they're grappling, does it not affect his AC now? I mean,
No.
to us to hit it.
No, grappling doesn't affect armor class. Alright, Nogrish is going to come in and make an attack. Ooh. He
hit?
hits it with his broadsword, dealing 5 points of damage.
Nice.
Okay, Runthus is going to come in and stab at it with his boarding pike. He can stay a little bit away, so...
Yeah, because boarding pikes are each weapon.
Okay, he stabs at the creature with his boarding pike, and seeing Higgimus, grappled like this, Runthus is angry. You know, his commanding officer is just, in a lock with this creature, and he stabs really hard, and the weapon just slides off his the creature's flesh.
As soon as I see that, I'm like, oh god damn it, I can't do anything to it either.
The crew, having not been given new orders, are going to hold their fire because everyone is now engaged in melee at the moment. And now it's time for a new initiative.
I have an idea. Then I'd like to do a feasibility check with you, Old. Can I dart in and make someone invisible and dart back out?
Invisibility is a touch spell, correct?
Yes.
All right. You would have to make an attack roll against Higgimus.
It's holding on to him.
Is that what you want to... I assume you want to make Higgimus invisible.
Yes. I wanted to make Lafdul invisible in the beginning, but then Higgimus got grappled, so I decided to make him invisible.
Okay. Keep in mind that the creature is holding onto Higgimus, so he would still know where Higgimus is.
Yeah, but he couldn't see him properly.
Yes,
He'd be holding on to... He essentially be holding on to air. And if he's not too intelligent, then he might let go because he's confused.
Okay, well, I mean, you can try it. If that's what you want to do, you can do
Yep.
that. You could definitely do
to try
that. You can come in from behind Higgimus, but it is going to
Yes.
require an attack roll.
Real quick, Ald.
Yep.
What are my options when I'm grappled?
You can try to actually wrestle. You could try to break the lock.
Does he feel stronger than me?
It is hard to tell. He definitely feels extremely strong.
Probably the same strength or similar.
Okay.
You can insert a bomb into his mouth.
Oh, is that an option?
You kill the entire crew.
Your arms are essentially pinned right now. So
That'd be awesome.
we would be
like,
we would be using the
Hey,
the
Rumpus,
wrestling
grab a
rules.
bomb.
That would be awesome, though. Shove it in his mouth and close it. I'll do that later some other time.
Not in the Phlogiston.
Not in the Phlogiston? Why not?
You'll kill us all.
Do you want to die? Do you have a death wish?
I have a ring that'll help me protection against fire.
No, you'll just roll.
Let's see here. Okay, what's the
You'll be
roll
swimming
for
home.
to break the grapple?
Well, first of all, you make your initiative with a plus
That's what I'm
6.
asking.
Yeah.
Plus 6? Yeah.
Oh, I haven't rolled initiative. What are we doing?
This is
Doing
gonna be
initiative.
tough because I can't hurt him.
So Braxon's switching to his third weapon.
I'm gonna go pick up Aegis Burden for Braxon and take the disengage action. Realizing that I can't hurt him, I'm gonna go pick up the hammer and for the magic hammer.
All right. Well, the good news is that first of all, there's no disengage action in the in second edition. But considering that he's preoccupied with Higgimus, he
Yes.
is not actually going to be able to make an attack of opportunity against you.
Okay. Because I realize, looking after seeing Runtus pike slide right off him, I won't be able to hurt him with my non-magic weapons.
You might as well hit him with Aegis Burden because it's going to be complicated. You giving Aegis Burden back to Braxton in the middle of a combat.
What are you
that-
hitting it with?
Braxton was throwing Aegis Burden on the floor rather than hitting it.
As usual.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it happens every couple of games.
I'll go pick it up, and I won't be able to attack this turn, I assume, because that's my turn, basically.
Correct.
Yeah.
First of all, Lafdul, you're rolling for the dagger, not your short sword. Are you not attacking with the short sword?
Yeah, I'm attacking short sword, sorry.
Okay, that's okay.
What's the difference?
It's probably just
You have
one.
to.
No, they're both 2, unless I didn't... No, I haven't adjusted my dagger yet.
Okay. All right. So then
So-
two is correct. All right.
Short swords are
Do I know
fast.
if my dagger's +1 yet?
Yeah, you would.
So it would go down the speed category as well.
Yeah. So the dagger would be 1. But you always attack with when dual wielding. You
Yeah,
always attack with
I
the slowest
made a
weapon
mistake.
speed. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. That is all kinds of screwy. All right. Everyone rolled.
Yeah.
Yeah, I adjust myself to 99.
Okay. Leva.
It's a D20, isn't it?
What are you doing? Oh yeah, you're right. You're trying to make him.
I'm
move.
attacking
Yeah.
Higgimus.
Yeah, roll your attack roll.
Don't have to get past his armor now, so...
It is
He's got
armor
hide,
doesn't
though.
apply, but his natural armor class does.
Really?
Yeah, natural armor class does. But
Natural 6.
that is a hit.
Wow.
Okay, that is
right
just
on the
enough to
mark.
hit.
Magic resistance, right?
Now I do roll for magic resistance.
And a wild surge, isn't it?
Oh, actually, yes.
Oh,
This
no,
is
but
getting
you, like,
I need to remember
complicated.
not to do that. All right.
I'll throw a fireball at you.
Okay. Higgimus is now invisible. The creature is now holding an invisible Higgimus.
Does Higgimus know the see? Can he see? Realize that he is invisible?
He's kind of staring right at this creature. So unless he looks around, he may not realize.
I tell him, Higgimus, duck away. You're invisible.
If he attacks, he'll be taken.
All right.
I don't know if breaking 3 counts as attacking, so.
We'll find out.
Mm-hmm.
Depends how you're breaking out.
What you've got to do is
Am I rolling?
cover
Yeah, you're
cover
you're-
Higgimus with lard, and then slide him out of the grip.
I was just thinking this is an almost incredible streak of luck that we just had
Yes, Lafdul, you're rolling.
concerning Higgimus.
That is a miss.
18.
Uh,
With the fairy
that
fire.
is also a miss.
Oh.
Oof, that's pretty rough actually. 18 plus 1 for the fairy fire. Yeah, that's really rough.
Okay, hold on a second.
Do Lever and Lafdul not have a spell for making Higgimus greasy?
You mean a
Never mind.
grease spell?
Yeah.
Maybe.
So we tie a rope to his legs, make him all slippery, and then just tug him.
It's so convoluted.
Maybe in the future, but not this time.
It might work.
He can duck away himself.
Okay. Runthus, understanding that his weapon didn't affect him, even though he got a natural 20. He got a natural 20 last time. He's backing away and gonna wait for orders because he's not sure what to do. He's never been in this kind of situation before.
I gotta think. Okay, I got them.
All right. Well, it's not your turn yet.
Yeah, no, I just looking up my base stacko for weapon I'm not proficient in.
You can do that without talking
Yes.
about it, can't you?
Please. All right. Nogrish is going to attack, and he hits.
Uh-huh.
Okay, he gets a good slice across the creature's back for 8 points of damage. Okay, Higgimus. So you are basically attempting to wrestle, and the way wrestling works is that first of all you make an attack roll. It is not based on one of your weapons, but it is modified by your strength. If you succeed, the number you actually rolled will determine what type of wrestling move you made, and that will determine whether you broke free.
Does invisibility
I can make a
come
decision
into
right there.
play?
Well, I mean, if you decide not to try to break free, then you don't, wrestle.
So there's not like a controlling the grapple or whatever.
Not really. Basically, in this situation, you're moving into a different type of thing. What's your THAC0?
16. Oh, plus more because of the fairy fire, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So
Are you
that should be a
grappling?
16.
Question, actually, it's important for you. Because were you holding on to your sword because you have +1 with that, or did you drop your sword?
Oh, I have blessed too, so that should be a 17.
You got your
versus
aid
my
effect.
THAC0.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So,
17 versus a THAC0 16.
all right. Unfortunately, you're wrestling in plate armor, which gives you a -5.
Oh, okay.
So that is not successful.
That would have been good to know ahead of time. Oops.
Sorry.
We need to get you the plate with spikes on.
All right, Ockar.
Okay.
Oh, I yell out to Rumpus, help me break this grapple.
Okay.
You mean gut buster style?